Hello, everybody. I am Sun Psychic Jean, and please welcome my very special co-host, Kelly from Calihealer. Hi, Kelly.
Jean, hi. Thank you so much for having me. Like I was telling you backstage, it's always an honor to be able to spend an hour, each month with you. I'm very, very, very grateful for our time together.
You're very welcome. It's so much fun. I love having you and your energy and I always learn something new with your perspective. And you like my
I
background. You came on and you're like, "Oh, I love the background."
love
I
it.
had this background on for Daphne's show I did on I think it was Friday or Saturday. I think it was Friday night, and it was on flower essences. Actually, it was Saturday, and it was a really informative show. If anybody wants to go back and watch it, but I wanted to have a background, and she helped me to choose this because of the color, the frequency, the vibration, the contrast, and just the feeling that you get when you see these colors.
It's beautiful. And it's absolutely right that the energy that emits from the background is it's just so soothing and so beautiful. I love it.
It really
And
is. It's a
and perfect for
Mhm.
spring too.
It is, it is. So I just want to say hello to a couple of people. Everybody is here. You guys are so wonderful popping in early. Uh Angelia is here and Jenny A is here. Sonia, Annie Bear. So nice to see everybody. Dolly L, nice to see you. Craig Dixon is here. Craig,
Hello,
you
Craig.
warm my heart every time you come into my chat. I'll tell you, I know you could be anywhere in the world, on anybody's show, and when
Right?
you make an effort to come onto my show, I know that that means a lot to me. I just want to let you know, it really does, because I see him on the headliners. I know he, I know he could be anywhere.
Right?
Um,
Yes, thank you.
he's a VIP, and I hear Linda G shout him out too. But
Nice.
Fogo Pogo is here and Iva is here. Nice to see
Hello.
everybody. Thanks for being here, you guys. Let me see. I think I've got everybody. Everybody. Oh, Debbie Three Shifting Veils. Hi, Debbie. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. And Michelle Krantz is here. And Tanita is here. It's so nice to get together and recognize each other and know, like, have a community, a sense of community.
Right?
And Banana is here. What a cute name, Banana.
I love it. Hello.
I love Banana. That's cute. Hi,
Love it.
David. David is I appreciate you being here and hanging out and saying hello. Um, And
Yes.
Liz and All is here. And Kelly, Kelly Mystic next door. Kelly.
Hello.
Kelly, I watched your dowsing rod show. It was magnificent. Oh my gosh. She was like trying to answer the next question and answer the next question. And she was like, oh, it was very
Oh, how cool is that? Hi, Kelly from another Kelly.
yeah. And it was really exciting, really exciting. She does such
That's
a good
cool.
job. I love it. And it's like she's like, oh, I didn't expect it to do that. I love it. It's just so much fun. It's so much fun. You're welcome, Kelly. If anybody, Kelly, go over and check out Kelly Mystic Next Door channel. She has really great content over there. So Banana says, you ladies are cracking me up. That was a mistake, but I'm getting used to it.
I
Banana.
love it.
I don't know
I
what it
think
would
you
have
should
been.
keep it.
I know, right? Yep. Okay. All right. Good. Some people know. Some people are asking for scans. So I'm gonna follow Kelly's lead, and we're gonna work together. I'm going to give it a go. I did some healing private readings recently, and I do have shamanic energy healing and crystal healing, but to do what Kelly does, I'll have to follow her lead. So before we get
Oh,
started, everybody, I just wanted to take a real quick moment and share this with you. that Wisdom Seeker Joan and I will be hosting a clairvoyance class on Saturday, April 19th. And it's learn how to connect with and strengthen your clairvoyance or clear seeing. And it's a beginner friendly class, no prior experience required. However, it is all levels are welcome. So it starts at 12 Pacific, noon Pacific, or 3 p.m. Eastern. And it's a 2 hour class and it's $20. That's
Oh boy.
$20. And this is just an introductory beginner, but it's a really good exercise to learn. And anybody in any level will really get enjoy the class. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody.
That's
Let me see.
amazing. That is amazing, and the price, I mean, you can't even beat that. That's a great price.
Yep. And I put the link in the chat here. So you guys,
Oh, it's perfect.
yeah, and it's just on my website. It's my contact page on my website in case the link isn't active for some reason, but it should work. I don't know. Sometimes StreamYard or YouTube. I think it did show up. But yeah, if you guys are interested, and that is this Saturday, the 19th, and it's at 12 Pacific, 3 Eastern, 2 hours, $20. And it's nice to get to know each other and, um,
Yeah,
hang out with like minded people, right?
absolutely. Yep. Bringing the community together to learn, and we're all kind of on that same mission, and to be able to get tools and guidance, is that's beautiful.
So Debbie said she's signed up for it. She's looking forward to the class. It's her birthday gift to herself.
Happy
Excellent.
birthday, Debbie. 63 today, 63 young.
Thank you very much. And happy birthday. That is really good, a beautiful thing, right? Oh, this is a good question, Annie Bear. Mhm. All right, let me see. Let's go ahead and get started. Um, look, everybody's saying happy birthday, Debbie. That's
Yeah.
sweet. Everybody, yeah, I love that. I love when you guys are so kind and sweet to each other. So you can see, I can even take the banner down because they already know what to do. I don't even need the banner. All right, so let's just go ahead and get started. So I have Michelle here, Michelle Krantz, and then Ann Iva. And Ann Iva, are you just say hi? And Michelle and Ann Iva, just make sure you guys are still here. Okay, good. Thank you, Bernadette. She says she loves my purple background. Okay, Ann Iva is here. Is Michelle Krantz? I should ask before I pop them up because I know you two. Sometimes we tap in. She's here.
Well,
Okay.
Michelle, I forget all the names of the Claires, but what I get is that your strongest Claires, I mean, I think they're all working well for you, but your strongest one is the Claire knowing that, and I forget what that Claire is actually called, but it's just that knowing, that inner knowing. You don't know how you know, but you just know. And um and it, and the key to developing that and making that Claire stronger is really learning to trust yourself. And um and and it, and it can be even writing things down when you're getting hits, and being able to look back and go, oh yeah, I did get a hit on that and I was right. And that sometimes helps build our self-confidence too. But I get that Claire knowing for you is really strong.
Cool. So can I pop something up for everybody? Do you mind if I do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
So this is something that I use to share that clairvoyance is the ability to see, clairaudience is the ability to hear, and it's like it's outside of our six senses. It's our psychic senses.
Mhm.
So clairsentience is the ability to sense energy, and claircognizance. Oh, let me take down the question so it's not blocking. Is the ability to intuitively know information instantly. Okay.
That's the one
Claircog,
for
yeah,
Michelle.
yeah. Clairalience is smell. Clairgustience is taste. And clairempathy is experience other people's mental, emotional, or energetic symptoms. Yep. So that's a quick little
Thank
key.
you for thank you.
Mhm. Um, and I usually say that claircognizance, let me just take this down. Claircognizance comes here for me, and clairsentience comes here for me. And they both are really similar. Clairaudience sometimes comes here, but a lot of times the clairaudience comes here because I said, she says this, she says this. And my client says, can you hear her voice? And I said, I can hear, I remember the voice, or I hear the voice, but I don't, it's not the voice speaking to me. It's like a telepathy. It comes in this way. And you can have a combination of all of these as well. But that's
Oh,
a
yeah.
great question, Michelle. Um, but let me just see for Michelle. I'm just going to go through the main five. The
And
is
clear
Mich-
empathy too, I feel is really strong for you too, Michelle.
I think that's where that's a common and starting point, and is clear knowing, Michelle's strong point. Yeah, you do have clear knowing. Is clairvoyance, clear seeing, one of Michelle's strong points? Not as much. Is clairaudience, clear hearing? Is that one of, yeah, you're clairaudient. You must hear things and get messages. And sometimes it's internal too. What was the other one? Claircognizant, clairsentience. Is clairsentience one of Michelle's stronger ones? Not as much. Is claircognizance? Yes, absolutely. Is clairaudience one of Michelle's? Yes. Yep. Yep. Isn't that interesting? And you guys can do this for yourself too. Get
Mhm.
get your pendulum and check it out and find out where your strengths are. But it's 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 usually one that comes easiest to you or natural to you, but it doesn't mean the other ones are dormant. It just means the other ones will come in at different times, you know? So
Yeah,
let us know. Mhm.
oh, no, no, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I was just gonna say, let us know if that makes sense to you, Michelle, if you agree.
And another tip to, just develop them and increase them when you're doing your intentions, if there's a specific one that you would really like to work on and strengthen, ask your angels and your guides, for help and guidance, and just tell them that you're ready and willing and open to have that clair strengthened for you.
And you know what's really good also is going through the chakra healing meditations. And it really does open up and balance all the clairs I've found. It really does help to bring them out. Practice is also very good. Clairaudience is one of my most difficult, but if you ever get a song as a message, that's clairaudience. But it
Yes.
comes through as this, but it's like it's sometimes they mingle all together. Try not
Hmm.
to put everything in a box, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes people just say, I got a hit, right? You
Mhm.
don't know where it's coming from, but you got the hit.
And I'm guilty of doing that all the time too.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Michelle. I appreciate that,
Thank
your
you.
question. That was fun to start off with. And is Ann Iva here? And after Ann is Fogo Pogo. Oh, here's Michelle's feedback. A couple of times I heard a man's voice in my head. Wasn't expecting it. It was a little scary. That's clear. Yep, that's clear audience. I think,
Yes.
yep, that's your messages. Thanks, Anne. I see you. Thank you. And Fogo Pogo, I see you too. Thank you guys. You guys are really, you make it, it's not easy going back and forth. So you guys make it really great for us. I appreciate you with your quick feedback. And Iva says, do you see a romantic relationship for me in the next 4 months?
I,
I love questions. I love questions. Um, yeah. So let me use my pendulum first. And Kelly, you can go whenever you're ready.
okay. I'm using the deck, The Romance Angels by Doreen Virtue. I I don't I always have it on hand in case there's a romantic relationship question.
So it's a little iffy. It's going around. I feel like there may be somebody around you, but you may not recognize them as a romantic relationship. And I extended the 4 months. It wasn't saying it was going wonky, like uncertain, or it has not yet been determined. And and I just brought it all the way out to the end of the year. Um, and I did feel like there was possibilities. It's I feel like you may if you're actively dating, you may um, you know meet people who are not quite your cup of tea, but that's okay. Sometimes you just have to weed through some of the non-compatible to find the one that's compatible. How about you, Kelly?
I I pulled some cards from this deck and I got, first of all, I got You Deserve Love. And you do, Anne. But the one thing that is probably one of the most important things when we are trying to find um a relationship or a partner, or just love, is that we really have to find the love for ourselves first. I mean, we really truly have to love who we are, where we're at, and love ourselves, because that opens up doors to relationships and the love that you're seeking. And then I got keep an open mind. And so I however, I think it's really important to write down, I want, all the qualifications in what you're looking for. um so you're letting the universe know, this is exactly what I want. I think it's so important. However, I think pulling this card, keeping an open mind, I think, be open to, if it's not the exact hair color, you know give this person still give this person a chance. And then I got flirt. So, have fun, because the other card was playfulness. So have fun, be silly, flirt. And I think the other thing is putting yourself out there. Make sure, staying at home and not going anywhere. It's harder to find somebody unless you're on an online dating app. And so, you can stay home and do that and be putting yourself out there, but it's really important that you're doing that. And then there's an opportunity coming in, and it's important that you communicate clearly. And I keep hearing 6 months. So between now and 6 months, I get, but I also pulled the wedding card. So there will be a relationship, and just know that you're going to find that somebody.
That's a great deck. What is that deck? That's perfect.
This one, it's the Romance
Romance
Angels
Angels.
by
Hmm.
Doreen Virtue.
Wow.
I took one
Wow.
of her
That is
classes like way back in the late 90s, early 2000s. and it was an angel reading class, and I think you got like 10 decks or something with the class. So yeah, it was that's how.
That's really spot on and spot on. And I think it's with that communication, I also got that it's important that you tell people, I've decided to start dating and I've started dating again. Just tell people I've started dating again. And tell people that you know, and even if you think that they you know that you might be looking, just tell them again. Say, I'm dating. I've decided to start dating again, and just
Yes.
let people know so that they know they might know somebody else. Um, and I think that's really beautiful that it's important for you to. I can you show me some of those cards again? Because I got a hit off of, I think it was the third from the last one, or the
Um, you deserve love. Keep an open mind.
yeah, the ordering. Got it. Thank you. It
Yeah,
was you write down what you're looking for, what you like, and don't write down what you don't like. Only write down what you like. If
that's
humor is important to you, if activity is important to you, if whatever it is, if you like somebody who goes to musical concerts, it's really important to write that down because it does help to create and bring that vibrational energy closer to you. It really does work. Hmm.
it does. And that was a great tip, Jean, is to write down what you want. Do not write down what you don't want because the universe sometimes can't interpret that. And so that was great. That was really, really, really good advice.
Yeah. Thank you, Anne. Thank you very much. And you got to keep us posted.
Yes, please.
Good for you. So Fogo Pogo and is next, and she said yes. And after Fogo is well, actually, I just want to pop this up real quick, Fogo. Banana says, when we were talking about clairaudience, she said, when I was pregnant with my daughter 41 years ago, I remember hearing someone call my name a couple of times, and they only said my name and didn't give any message or anything. That's amazing. 41 years ago that you heard that.
That
That
is super cool. Super, super cool.
that is. And um I've recently heard somebody calling my name twice, and then I heard somebody call a family member's name. And then I also heard, which is really weird, like it sounded like somebody was zipping up like a garment bag, like a clothing garment bag, like it was that kind of a really and I'm like, was that a zipper that I heard? But it was, you can tell because it's when you're first, it happened to me when I was first waking up, and it was clear as a bell, and it sounded like somebody that I knew was saying my name. But I think that what that does is they want to make sure that the connection is there so that when and if they need to guide you, that they know that you can hear them. You know what I mean? I think that's really cool.
It is so cool. And I've had, well, Annie she said she heard me speaking to her. Oh, it was like a couple weeks ago. And oh yeah, yep. She said, and it was, I think she said it was like at 4 a.m. So I would have been sleeping. So I really think maybe I was reaching out to her. But what was so interesting is Annie had just told, I forget if Annie had just told me that first, and then my mom reached out and said, Kelly, she said the weirdest thing, I was brushing my teeth the other night and I heard you behind me, like you walked into the bathroom and didn't know I was in there and said, whoopsies. And I'm like, okay, that's, it was within a day that my mom heard me talking to her. And then Annie said that she heard me talking to her.
And you know what, you guys, I think this is all a really good sign, or a sign of that the veil is thinning, and that we're all becoming more aware, and these things are coming into I think the realms and the dimensions are merging, and we're
Mhm.
going to be seeing and experiencing these things, and everybody, and dreams are coming on. It's going to be ramped up, and that's why they say if you're in the metaphysical field, that there's going to be a really strong need in 26 and 27 for guidance and education. So,
Yeah, I believe that so much.
mhm. All right, let's go back to Fogo Pogo. Thanks, Fogo Pogo. Sorry. After Fogo Pogo is Sonia, Heavenly Blessed. All right, Fogo. It's a cute picture of you. I like that.
I
Been
love it.
feeling so drained this entire weekend, and well, that's the full moon, or could be a full moon. Uh, any energy read or advice would be appreciated. Been working on past life energy stuff, so wondering if this is part of that. Kelly, you can go whenever you want.
Okay. I Pogo Pogo, I the first card I got was yes, that you are working on past life stuff. And a lot of it you're doing, you're working through, I think, as I am too, in our sleep. We're going through, and we're cutting those cords and clearing that energy of past life karma. And it can be a lot. I mean, Kelly, it's a lot on our nervous system, on our mental system, emotional system, and even spiritual system. It can be a lot. So really, and I think too, with the full moon and these upgrades that are coming in, you're being hit really hard with this. And so really just giving yourself grace and time, and just having that solitude, that quiet time where you can just connect with yourself, and just, just be. And also just, and I'm sure you have this, just making yourself a little space where it's just your sanctuary, where you can go, you can relax. It's your it's the good vibes, everything is cozy and nice, is really it is really going to be helpful for you. Just really self-caring and self-nurturing. But I do get that you are clearing out a lot of the stuff from past lives. And you may remember some of it. I know I've had a few things at night where I've been clearing out past life stuff. And some of it is, I've had some past lives where I'm not proud of my actions, and I've had to work through that, and it can be really heavy. So just really, really, really take care of yourself, and nurture yourself, and really try not to get overstimulated, because loud noises, and gatherings probably aren't going to be for you, what you need right now.
Um, the I agree with Kelly, and it's really important for us to be extra, take extra care of ourselves. And I feel like there is a need to remedy this and counteract it almost. And I feel as though you may have like adrenal fatigue. I don't know if you drink or have or consume any caffeine, but sometimes adrenal fatigue can happen when when it's simultaneously occurring with a full moon or something like this, like and the past life work. Like, all of this together could kick up or ramp up that adrenal fatigue. I do get that it's hormonal for you, which is adrenals and cortisol, and it has to do with your sleep, whether you're getting restful sleep, and that cortisol spike also happens. I get also that there's a digestion component to this. I'm not sure if you're where the something's interfering in the digestion. It's almost like it's almost, and it's energetic, I feel too. It's like it's sort of like maybe even a thought form, or there's something in where the adrenals are, uh where the digestion is. And then just as a suggestion, make sure that you're hydrated, and not just hydrated, but you have like electrolytes hydrated.
Mhm.
Um, this will help to calm down. There are soothing things like chamomile tea and um, what is the other one? I can't think of it. I'll think of it in a second. Um, valerian tea. There's a couple different teas, or green tea, or there's a couple different things that you can take to help to soothe, to purposefully soothe. And if you're just a little out of balance with your hormones, or your, you know, nutrition in some way, it can really manifest as a nervousness, but it's not. It's just your body not being at rest, or over producing or overworking, in order for you to live in, or work, or maintain that calmness. I do feel it has a lot to do with biological and nutritional, but it's also energetic. So it's kind of balanced. It's kind of blended there. And the last suggestion I have for you is, sugar is like cocaine. Sugar is really damaging, and is can cause harm. So really try and reduce and cut back on any type of sugar, or anything that turns into sugar, because that can really cause that brain fatigue. Um, but that's what I have for you, and that's an awful lot, Fogo. And it's important not to suffer with it. you know, um, turn over all these stones and see which one works. It's almost like, you do the elimination diet. Try this for a couple of days,
Yes.
try that for a couple of days, and you'll find it. But don't suffer with it. Don't suffer that way. And it's not, we think it's us. It's not. It's an imbalance in our chemical, or in our system somewhere. And you'll find it. I know you'll find it. Hmm.
And and make sure I heard B12. So, um, make sure that you're getting the vitamins and the nutrients that you need. But I did hear B12 would be something maybe to look into.
Yeah. All the best to you. And this is a good sign, or not a good sign, but this is a telltale sign that you're feeling low in energy. So you need that quick fix of sugar. And then it's a cycle. But to balance your sugars, you want to eat things that maintain like this, like beans and oatmeal and grains, and uh protein, and things that keep your sugar level. You can look up at the glycemic index and see what things are a little bit lower on the glycemic index too. But this is a telltale sign that you're really struggling, and that your energy is low, and you just want anything so that you can function. But it's a vicious cycle.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I'm with you. I'm on the sugar thing. My husband messaged me the other day, and he was out, and he goes, what can I bring you home? And I said chocolate. Lots of
No,
chocolate.
chocolate has good um, antioxidants and something else in it, but get them really high, like in the 80s and 90s,
Yeah.
and get the pure chocolate, not the ones with all the, caramel in it and all that stuff, but just the pure chocolate. And it doesn't have as much sugar as you think. If you get it up in the 80s, and I use the 92, and let's see, I have self-medicate with chocolate, but it
I do
is,
too.
it's thank you, Sonia. Um, it's it's a good thing. It is helpful in balancing for a lot of us. But all the best to you, Fogo Pogo,
Yeah.
and I know that you'll find your way out. But don't tell yourself you don't have to suffer. and maybe even find a nutritionalist or a naturopath that can maybe eliminate some things for you and find out and test that cortisol and adrenal. And even, there's a lot of help out there, but I can feel that you definitely are suffering. All right. So thank you very much, Fogo. All the
Yes.
best to you. And so Sonia is next. Did I say Sonia right?
Yeah.
I can't remember. And then after Sonia is Jenny A. All right. Sonia says, may I get a healing for my left hip and energy scan? Now, this is interesting. This is interesting. I'll do it virtually or clairvoyantly, I guess. And what I'm going to do, Sonia, is do it for both hips, like your whole, you know, uh, that whole area. Because your left hip may be manifesting, um, but I think it's to create. You want the balance back
Yeah.
and the strength back. Do you do strength exercises, Sonia? Like lunges, or even you know, it's almost like a sit down exercise where you stick your butt all the way back and you sit down and then you push up from the heels of your feet. I don't know. Do you also get physical therapy? Would be really wonderful for you because I think that there's supporting muscles around that hip too. That like if you're just other muscles around that would help to support the hip. And I do hear that you can heal yourself as well, Sonia, that you have the ability to work on it yourself and to it's almost like you can make yourself really small and you can open the door and walk down some steps and walk down to your hip, and then you can look around with a flashlight where your hip is, and you can see if there's like a bone spur, let's just say there. You can get a shovel, you can pick up the bone spur, and you can walk back up the steps, shut the door, and get rid of that. Like, you can do this yourself. So just as a suggestion, how about you, Kelly?
Um, Sonia, I can feel your left hip that it definitely needs some healing. And with Jean, I get that you can do this. However, I will send you healing too. But I'm also getting your knees, and especially your right knee. So really, in the right knee, there feels like there's some cords in your right knee. So I don't know if you've cleared your energy lately and cut your cords. That would be really important. And I'm also feeling like your solar chakra is blocked. So there is a few things going on that not that it's contributing to your left hip, but there are some things going on. I should we just quick send her some healing? Well, Sonia, I'm seeing a light green, so I know that you're receiving. However, it's gonna you're gonna it's gonna need more work. Um, so like what Jean said, if you can, even, just and you don't necessarily have to rub your hands together, but if you can rub your hands together and you can place it on your left hip, and then you can just go into chant, and you can chant, my hip is healed, 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 and whatever comes to you. And I can send you more healing when we're done too. But if when you have time, I would clear your energy, and align and clear your chakras too, um because the solar really feels like, there's a block in that one. And then just be careful with your knees, because I and that could be like the balance thing, because of your hip. It could throw you off balance, and you could, your knee could give out. And so, and don't I don't want to put that out there and manifest that, but just take extra care of, your knees, and when you're walking too.
Yep. Absolutely. Very, very well done, Kelly. Thank you. I really encourage the balance and the overall, balancing with your chakras and your energy field. You can do it. It's you can get as granular with, opening up the door and walking down the steps and visiting your hip yourself, or as wide as, surrounding yourself with that healing light and bathing in that. So, good question, Sonia. And thank you for bringing out all of these remedies for everybody, right?
Yeah.
All the best to you, Sonia.
Yes.
After Sonia is Jenny A, and then I have Debbie 3 Shifting, and then K Jersey. So let's see. Jenny A, and then Debbie 3 Shifting, because these are, and then K Jersey. I'd love a healing of my spine, please, and any guidance from my spirit guides. Hi, Jenny. I'm just picking up real quick when I tuned in that you're carrying a lot of baggage, or you're carrying a lot of burden, and it's causing extra pressure on that spine of yours. We're all made of energy. I also get hydration for you too, Jenny. You want to hydrate those. What are those things called between the spine? Those jelly things with those discs. You want to make sure you
Yeah.
stay hydrated. And I think stretching and flexibility is being flexible is really important to keep them um, hydrated as well. I don't know if you ever did a foot bath, Jenny. Have you ever done a foot bath? I feel like there may be some buildup in with some toxin, and it's not what you think. It's like just buildup of like lactic acid, or buildup of just something needs to be released. I don't even know if you have you gotten a massage, because massage, or it really does help to move some of the energy and the fluid, and the it opens up a lot of the pathways. I feel as though you already do see a chiropractor, but maybe if you go to either a massage therapist or a acupuncturist, may be able to help you with that. Um, so that's what I'm getting, Jenny, for your spine. How about you, Cal?
I'm feeling that too, is as far as her feet, that to soak them, if you have a spa bath, that's fabulous. But even if you just have a tub of warm water and putting some pink Himalayan salt in there, and some crystals, would be really, really wonderful. Um, I I'm feeling it in your heart, in your heart chakra, that there just Jenny needs a little bit, well, your heart chakra feels blocked, but what I'm getting is that you Jenny needs more love. And so loving on yourself a little bit more, and and then, and I can send you healing too. However, I your loved ones on the other side really want you to know that they are around you and supporting you, and really, wanting to help you too. So what I would recommend doing, Jenny, is calling on them, calling on your ancestors that have crossed over. I'm getting that there's pets on the other side, and I'm getting a grandmother, and then your spirit guides, because I see them around you, and I see them, their hands are on top of your shoulders. And so they too can provide a lot of healing. All we have to do though is ask. That's the key thing, because it's free will here. And so until we ask, they're there, and they're providing guidance and whatnot. But to really hone in on what it is that you need help with, it would be really just to call them by name, and say that you need help. And 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 I know I have a couple pets that I call on from the other side that really help me too. But here, let's just send you some quick healing for your spine. Jenny, I was seeing red, and so I get the pain in your spine. Just know that it's going to get better. I too will send. I'll continue to send. I will put you on the list, and I will continue to send healing to you, and Sonia, and then just add you to the prayer list. And call on your grandmother and your guides, because I see them behind you, and their hands are on top of your shoulders.
You're welcome, Jenny. Wow. And it's a common you know, area of pain, and I feel for you, Jenny. So all the best to you. All the best to you. So next is Debbie, three shifting, and then K Jersey. And Debbie, if you're still here, and K Jersey, just say hello. I don't know if I saw you recently. I saw K Jersey. Okay, thank you. I don't know if Debbie is still here. Okay. So Debbie would like, may I have an energy reading or healing, please? Okay, this is just general. Okay. Um, first thing I'm picking up on tuning into your energy there, uh, Debbie, is you are putting a lot, you have very high expectations of yourself, and you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. And I do feel a little bit of overwhelm, and it's it's really a time to be lenient, kind, gentle, lighten up on your schedule, lighten up on your obligations. Um, you know, take time to um, regain. There's a calmness in your energy. I feel like you're doing this, you're doing that, you're going here, you're going there, you're sleeping, you're getting up. It's like boom, 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 boom. Um, and they want you to not slow down, but take time where you could be a little more in that calm state. Find out what that calm state feels like and what that energy. It's important for you to measure the output and balance. It's about balance, you guys. There's a lot of balance going on. Let me see what else. Is there anything else for Debbie? We all have a lot going on, and there's a lot of extra energies out there too. And it'll keep you, it'll help you to gain the strength that you desire for the things that you really want to spend your energy on, if that makes sense. Do you have dogs, Debbie? Those dogs are wonderful and nurturing to your soul, and they also keep you moving, but they may be keeping you up. I don't know. She said, "Yes, my schedule is full, and that's my goal is to relax more." Well, that's good. Uh, One dog and cat. They may be waking you up or keeping you up or maybe even distracting you. I don't know. Uh, it's they're providing you the unconditional love and the the comfort of companionship. So, but I don't know if one of them's noisy at night or wakes you up early or what it is, but that might have something to do with it. How about you, Kelly?
It's really, really similar. Debbie, the first card I get is it says the wastelands, and it says sustainability, slow down, and tend to your garden. And so, Debbie, it's really, really important that with taking care of everybody and whatnot, that you really slow down and start taking care of Debbie, because if your cup isn't full, it's really hard to pour from that empty cup. And when we do that for a time period, it runs us down, our immune system weakens, and it usually ends up that our spirit guides will slam on the brakes and say, you know what, you're done now, you need to rest. And so I think it's time to do that now before they they take the wheel and say it's time. I'm also getting sleep that I don't know if your sleep has been disrupted, or if you're not getting enough, but I'm getting sleep is really important. And so there too, having maybe some tea before bed, or amethyst is good, as long as it's not really, you can feel the energy, Debbie, on crystals. And so as long as it's a calming energy and not a real powerful amethyst, sometimes that can be good to have by on your nightstand or underneath your pillow or bed, or rose quartz. I'm also getting, just really give yourself grace and ease. And I also pulled a purification card. And so there too, with being really busy, our energy can get kind of scattered. And so making sure that you clear your energy, not only, in your house, and if there's anybody else in your house, to clear their energy and your house, just to make it so it's a balanced energy. And then lastly, well, two things. If you can get out in nature, it's going to be really beneficial, just to get that grounding and be out with, the birds and the trees and Gaia is going to be really beautiful and help level things out. And then, and I know it's hard, and I'm so grateful you're here and you're on, whether it's the computer or your phone, which I I'm grateful and thank you, but they're saying maybe a little bit less screen time would be helpful too. Where just maybe shutting it off earlier at night and just going into meditation or quiet or watching a favorite program or something, but I'm getting a little bit less screen time too would be beneficial.
Excellent. Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Debbie, Three Shifting Veils. And she said her dreams are busy for sure. And she forgot to tell us, oh yeah, I have 9 chickens. But the dog is old. She's got her hands full with that. And Terry holding your space is here. Hi, Terry. Thanks for stopping
Hi,
by.
hi, Terry.
VIPs. I know. I want to have a party and I want to just chat with everybody and have
Right?
everybody
Me too.
together, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're welcome, Debbie. You're welcome. Annie Bear is funny.
Right, Terry is in the house. I love it.
You guys are so kind to us. It really does help to motivate us and keep us party. She said, "Did somebody say party?" Yeah, I think
I'm in.
healers. I think is what they call it, right? But yeah, you guys are really terrific, and thank you all for being so gracious and so kind. So Kay Jersey said she's here, and she said, "Is my 9-month-old black lab Bean happy and healthy? Is my feeding too much for her? Meaning, am I adding too many things to her food?" I would first of all, I'm not even going to. I didn't even tap into it yet, but Kay Jersey, a lot of times the answer is in the question. If you feel you may be adding too many things to her food, or if you feel it's time to start backing off and undo some of the things that she needed at while she was a puppy, you are the one who has that intuition and that instinct around Bean. And that little Bean name is so cute.
I love it.
So I just wanted to start with that, but let me see if I can tap in. And 9-month-old black lab, you have your hands full, girl.
Right?
So cute. I don't think she's noticing or it's negatively affecting her in any way. Um, Obviously, I would follow your vet's recommendations. I feel like she's really vital and strong and healthy and may not be needing what you're giving her, but she's not lacking or it's not negatively affecting her, but it may just be like a placebo. Like you're putting it in and doing all that work. She's doing okay without it. You know what I mean? Try and take, step back one thing or another thing and see how she does. But I feel like she's good. It's not negatively affecting her, but I think she's well past that, growing stage. And this is energetically, I know nothing about dogs. So, how about you, Cal?
Yeah. I get that there's something to reevaluate. So, um, if I agree with Jean. If you feel like she needs more, she needs less, you know, working with it and seeing how she's doing. But I get that something needs to be reevaluated, and I get that she's really happy and energetic, and she's as happy as a bean. But I do feel like something needs to be readjusted or reevaluated in her food, and the only way to be able to really tell is for you to be able to um, work with her food and see. I mean, if she's at her max weight, I don't know exactly what it is that you're adding to it. That maybe something maybe needs to be reduced or increased. But I think that's something that you're going to have to play around with. And the thing of it is you know ask your angels and guides that, to guide you on what it is that, she needs in her food. And they will, as long as you ask them and tell them that, what, you just need a little bit of guidance here, and to show you what it is exactly that needs to be going in there. They will. And but I guess she's happy. She's really happy. She loves her mama.
I feel that she's strong and healthy as well. And so she did say, I feel like she needs more. And you can just double check with your vet, or double check with a trusted website that that your vet recommends. And and just you can tweak it. Um, it, I think it comes down to the quality of the food has all of the nutrition that she may need in it. If you feel like the food is not as nutritious, you may need to do those additives. But I don't know if you're adding like raw eggs or chicken or rice, like people food. I don't. It's really a question for your vet. But
Mhm.
yeah, first time puppy owners is a learning curve, and be kind to yourself, K Jersey, because there is a learning curve with that for sure.
And she
But
does. She says, I hope she loves me. She loves you so much.
oh yeah, raw egg, yep. That's what I've heard. Hmm. She said veggies, organs, raw bones. Yep. Oh, she has a raw food diet. Wow, creme de la creme. You're gonna have a
Right?
little diva on your hands.
Right.
Absolutely. Well, that will be the show for today. Thank you all very much for being here. It was so fun interacting with all of you. And Kelly, it was so nice doing readings together and tapping into a little bit of the healing aspect too, and the scanning. I love that. I will be back later today with Magic Monday with Wisdom Seeker Joan. We'll have Magic Monday, and that'll be at 4:30 this afternoon
Nice.
Eastern, which is I guess it's 1:30 Pacific. How about you, Kelly? Do you have anything coming up?
I have clients that I am going to be working on this week, and I have the dream show on Tuesday, and then I have a show coming up with Allie and Terry on Friday. And
Wow.
yeah, in between there, I have clients that
Yep.
I'll be seeing. So it's a busy week.
It is. It is. And just so Kay says it's a lot. She is a diva. And
And
she
you know what?
says,
That's good. And Kay, the thing, and I think maybe Jean even mentioned this. If you're unsure, give a call to your vet and just say, this is what I'm doing. Do you have any recommendations? This is how much of each thing, and they'll give you some guidance. They'll be happy to just to help you out with that. Just
mhm.
give them a quick phone call and see what they have to say too. It can't hurt anything.
Yep, absolutely. Well, thanks again, everybody. And thank you, Kelly. We'll see everybody again real soon. Take care.
Yes, take care, everybody. Thank
Bye
you for being
bye.
here.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.